It's been a busy one for the Chicago Bulls, huh? Now DeMar DeRozan name has been floating around. A lot of things are happening. It's looking like DeMar DeRozan been in talks with the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls may be willing to help. That's why we got to talk about it and break it down. But you got to hear the music first. Cognac. Gang. Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm right here bringing alive and bringing some more interesting news to the offseason for your Chicago Bulls. If you're tuned in with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. But it is being reported that the Miami Heat and DeMar DeRozan have been in talks. They had some discussions, and there should be an update within the next 24 hours. Now, this is coming from a guy by the name of Barry Jackson, who says that he covers those teams down there in the southern part of Florida, and went on to follow up and say that after initial discussions between the sides, a Heat follow-up on DeMar DeRozan is expected in the next 24 hours. There's no indication Miami would move mountains to sign him, but they said they like him, especially if they can get him at a bargain. In general, they have been eager to explore other things instead of immediately signing Highsmith, which remains a strong option for Miami, and Caleb seems priced out. So if they can get DeMar DeRozan, they looking like they'll take him if they get him on a bargain. It has been reported earlier, prior to that DeMar DeRozan will be willing to take a 1-year deal. Now, that was being linked to what's going on over there in Los Angeles. I say, hey, if you got to take a little less money to finally get your big bag next season, you might have to sacrifice that if I'm DeMar DeRozan. Then it was reported and it came out to say that the Chicago Bulls are willing to help facilitate a sign and trade for DeMar DeRozan, which brings us here with all of the layers of breaking this thing down. It sounded like at one point, DeMar DeRozan sounded like he was a man that was a rock in a hard place, but he might have a little life is what it sounded like. He might have a little life is what it sounded like. And I find it very, very interesting anyway, because we all know what DeMar DeRozan can do. But the landscape of what the NBA is looking like today it's a bit difficult. So you kind of understand it and address it for what it pretty much is. But I can't be too mad at it. DeMar DeRozan, hey, if you're going to be in them talks with Miami, go ahead and do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Shay in the building with me. My guy said, hey, look out for Memphis to go to State. They could be the dark horse and bringing DeMar DeRozan to their team. I think that could be interesting as well. I know that DeMar DeRozan, when he was on Draymond Green's podcast, I believe like a year or two ago, like a year or two ago, they had a discussion, and Draymond pretty much wanted DeMar DeRozan to come to go to State then. That was a few years ago. DeMar DeRozan wasn't really open to doing that, but now you never know. It don't seem like you got a lot of suitors, because what was being said is that DeMar DeRozan will be linked to the LA Clippers. And look, the LA Clippers, they went a whole nother route. When they get Kevin Porter Jr., brought back Nick Batum, and went out to get Derrick Jones Jr. So you tied all your money up into 3 players. You know what I'm saying? Which I believe is probably the smarter thing that you want to do when building out these teams. But at the end of the day, they made their decision, and that left, that took a few teams away from DeMar DeRozan and where he could potentially go. So I was just like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what's interesting is that Lakers stuff, because what the Lakers look like and what they look like they were appeared to do when they came with DeMar DeRozan, it looked like that the Lakers was pretty much like banking and really, really had Klay Thompson at the top of their list because of the news that came out when it was pretty much saying that as the moment that free agency opened up, he called Klay Thompson. I believe he probably was talking to him before that. That ain't none of my business, though. we gonna go ahead and keep it just about what it is. He called them, and now they got to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many moves that's been made. You know what I'm saying? So now the Lakers got to pivot, and that might be an option for him. Me personally, I don't know how DeMar DeRozan fits over there, but I mean, yeah, hey, I seen crazier things happen. I know he gonna come in and be the ultimate pro, but I don't know. I don't know. I think if DeMar DeRozan ends up in Miami, though, that'll be something very, very interesting for sure. I think that'll be very, very interesting if DeMar DeRozan could end up in Miami. But I mean, it'll be an interesting team if they can make it work. We shall see. I will say this: it'll get Eric Spoelstra, a consistent 20+ point scorer per game, a consistent guy on the court because how healthy he is. He's not a guy that's really dealt with a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? Especially these last few years with him being up there in age, he hasn't dealt with many injuries. Jimmy Butler has dealt with some. Bam had some. You know what I'm saying? Here and there. Bam is probably the most healthiest guy. You know, Tyler Hero dealt with his injuries. So if they do it, if they get DeMar DeRozan, at least they'll be able to add on to that and probably keep some guys fresh. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see what the Bulls want to do with this particular thing. We want to see how the Chicago Bulls want to get involved with this. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like they might have a chance of DeMar DeRozan potentially going to the Miami Heat. We shall hear an update in 24 hours is what we were hearing. You know what I'm saying? That's being reported out there, put it out there for those that's joining right now. But it's just a little quick update. That's the sign and trade though, right? DeMar got better as he got older. DeMar did get better. That's a sign and trade. So what the Miami Heat appears to be wanting is for DeMar DeRozan to take a lesser deal, because it's being floated around that DeMar DeRozan will be willing to take a 1-year deal. He's a free agent. He doesn't have to go with the sign and trade if he doesn't want to. And it looks like that the Miami Heat don't want to do a sign and trade thing. They want to see if they can get him for a bargain. Whatever a bargain is, according to what was being reported, that's their number. I guess the two sides probably discussed that. Try to, you know, come to like what the terms is and what everything is. And now he's going to think about it, or they going to see how they can, you know, probably grab more money or, you know, something like that. They just had a discussion. Nothing still don't sound like nothing's going to happen right now. We just got to sit down and wait. But if he goes to the Lakers, that might be a situation where you know what I'm saying, could initiate a sign and trade. And the Bulls, they are interested in that. That's one thing that the Chicago Bulls are interested in. What player are they interested in? I don't know. I think they probably try to pry away, you know, one of those picks in the what that they got 2027 or something like that. Maybe the Bulls will try to, you know, initiate it that way, and then to be able to help DeMar DeRozan have a higher salary. That could be a way that them trying to help him as well. And in return, they get a pick or something. But what players over there, I don't necessarily know. You ask me, D'Angelo Russell, he ain't coming off the bench. I mean, you can ask him or tell him, cool, but is that what's best for the Chicago Bulls right now? I don't know. So it is what it is. But hey, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to come in and give a quick update with y'all what's going on with Chicago Bulls and how they are now trying to get involved with certain situations. Hence why I know that it says DeMar DeRozan in talk with the Miami Heat, and you probably like, I don't give a damn. But the Bulls are involved. So we got to give a damn to see how this Chicago Bulls this team can continue to get better, because we deserve better. And for the BS that we didn't see, we can't keep seeing it. But that's it, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We on this road to 10K ever since y'all great fans that help us cross the 6K. We're going for 10K now. Hit the like button, subscribe on your way out, and make sure you tune in. We're going to keep the content going. And shout out to C-Dub. He will, for my Chicago Sky people, C-Dub will have a live call going on, game play-by-play breakdown over there on Chicago Sky Central, holding it down over there for the Central family. Tune in. But hey, that's it, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one for sure.